What up, fam? Welcome to Casual Exchanges, where, from a normie perspective, I am going to try to bring productive perspectives to Reddit. Now, why the fuck would anybody try to do that? Well, I, as a fellow normie, notice that I seem to be enjoying my life and doing relatively well. And what I noticed from my peers is that everybody would swear on a fucking cross that the world is ending, there's no possible way their life is going to get better, and well, millennials and everybody born after might as well fucking give up. And I find that on the charitable end, short-sighted. On the less charitable end, fucking dumb. So I'm gonna see maybe nobody else on the fucking internet agrees with me. If that's the case, I want to know. Or on the other hand, maybe I can convince some people to change their mind just a little bit. In which case, that would be cool too. So I'm probably gonna need medication after this, but let's give it a try. All right, we're back. What do we got? Universally loved, but you secretly hate. Something everyone likes, but you find disgusting. Pickles. What's something people spend money on that you've realized you don't need at all? A new fucking car, bro. Dating sucks, maybe. What the fuck? Oh my god. What's the first thing you notice about somebody? Their face? Favorite future plan, like, and comment? Is it hard being with one person all your life? Yeah, maybe a good question. Most people probably have not experienced this. I feel like most people are with at least a few. If you no longer had to work to survive, what would you do to continue to evolve and socialize? I should have like a trigger warning. Flashing fucking lights. Again, use work to supplement like your lifestyle. Like you should be evolving along with how, like, whatever you're doing for work. Again, and you do this in a couple of different ways. You do this in like your professional life. You should be quote unquote evolving, right? Kind of getting better. And the same thing probably socially for like your relationships, and then also at whatever hobbies you enjoy and bring you fulfillment. Those aren't mutually exclusive. If you are not evolving just because, fuck, bro, gotta work. No, you're probably just lazy. You can also socialize. I actually don't socialize at work. That's a lie. But you can find things to kind of get you social and stuff. None of these things seem mutually exclusive. This resonated with me. I can't read. New Iowa gun law to allow 18-year-olds to carry firearms based. How you survive an office 9-to-5 job. Just work, bro. Just work. Find something you don't hate. These. Are we really alone? Do you listen to rap music? Bleh. None of these really inspire me. Best way to help somebody. This, like, in what way are we talking about? Obviously, sorry for those of you, if you're watching and you're like, just click the prompt, bro, and you'll see what the fuck he's talking about. Some of these I just don't give a fuck about. Best way to help somebody probably depends. If we're talking about somebody who's like whacked out and homeless, they need a lot of things. If you're talking about somebody like a person at work, do they just need your help on like a project? Is it somebody you know personally and they need like actual life help? This probably varies depending on the situation. But in general, let's try to strike some fucking neurons together here. In general, probably my approach is going to be establish a problem establish like any like hard limitations, um, and then try to come up with a solution, right? Because maybe somebody doesn't really need a ton of help, or maybe the help that they need is shifting their perspective. That's what I find a lot of people my age, millennials, Gen Zers, all the brain dead generations. What they need is to kind of shift their perspective a little bit. Because a lot of it's just fucking doomerisms. We're like, oh, I'm never going to own a house. I'm never going to do this. I'm always going to be poor. It's like, well, you're always going to be poor because you waste fucking money, bro. Yeah, so yeah, maybe you are always going to be poor. But you could pretty easily change that. Number one reason for divorce. Interesting. I actually wonder. That's probably a good, interesting question. What's something people only pretend to enjoy? I wonder, am I interested in this? Is this going to be something worth fucking reading? Okay, nothing else. Listening to a talkative person tell a 20-minute story with no plot, no point, and no escape plan. Unfortunately, it's probably true, and this is probably me, honestly. I talk too much. I find a lot of people talk too much, though. Which makes me wonder, is it really talking too much? I don't know. But definitely, we've all been trapped at the water cooler, with this guy telling a story from his fucking weekend. It's unfortunate. 99% of all podcasts, yo, we're that 1%. Try this as an ADHD person. Honestly, networking events. Everybody's walking around with a drink pretending they're having a time. Yeah, this is that's a tough one, because there is a, like, whether it's work or whether it's like you have to go to like a party to support somebody, but yeah, any of these social events where it's like a bunch of like new people and shit, there is kind of like this thing where, like, you probably don't want to seem like too standoffish, but you also don't want to seem like too fucking eager to talk to people. There is kind of like this weird kind of like atmosphere to where you're trying to juggle, the people that you do know and the people that you don't know, depending on like what the ratio is. Maybe that plays into like your comfort zone or something. But yeah, there is this weird kind of like environmental aura thing sometimes. Spouses, friends, true. Delaware isn't real. Well, workplace birthday parties. Workplace parties, also workplace events in general are kind of weird, because it's like, in general, really like just degen, vulgar, like I curse a lot, like super, like all the things I can't do at work. And so even if we're at like these casual workplace events, I have to constantly remind myself, like, stop saying these fucking things, talk less, you're gonna get in trouble. Just because it's how I communicate. There's a lot of, shit fuck balls in there. Work meetings that could have been an email. Nobody pretends to enjoy that, right? Wasn't that the prompt? Something people only pretend to enjoy. Nobody pretends to enjoy this, actually. Kale. So true, bro. That's why I don't eat it. Family get-togethers. Damn. Just stop going, bro. Just stop going, right? Like, you don't have to. Or only, I guess, eventually you probably feel the need to, right? You don't want to, there's one of those things where it's funny that we do this, but like we'll do like one holiday a year or something, or like one birthday party. I get it. I mean, you can't find anybody to just like hang out with and vibe with. I mean, there's got to be at least one person, right? Is it you don't like any of them? Like, just ghost them. I don't know. 3-hour-long church services. Damn. It's been a while since I've been in church, not gonna lie. My own company. Quite honestly, I find it rather boring. That's tough. Hey, at least you're fucking 69. All jokes aside, it's more work than fun. Oh no, bro. I know some people who disagree. Being parents, damn. Ooh, that's a sketchy one. I'm reporting this motherfucker to CPS. There are okay, so there is this thing where people, I think, unintentionally romanticize things, and we do this with a lot of different things in life. With sure, like parenting, with like certain relationships, with bunch of different things. I mean, people like with childbirth, with getting tattoos, where like people don't tell you or don't remember any of the bad shit. Right? Like a lot of the shit that comes to the surface is all the good shit, and that's what you hear. And I don't think, again, this, not to say that people don't enjoy being parents. That's fucking unhinged, bro. Like if that were 100% true, there would just be no kids, right? People would stop doing it. People aren't doing it out of the goodness of their hearts to fucking repopulate or some shit. But there's this certain like glow or finish to some of these things to where it fucking takes over your brain. And I say that across a couple of different like avenues because it I think it's something that is unintentional. I think it's just something that like our brain does. Okay, but I don't think that means that like we don't enjoy any of those things. No, man, being a parent's great. There's a lot of, fulfillment to it. There's a lot of enjoyment. My daughter makes me laugh every fucking day. But at the same time, it's not all fucking, cupcakes and unicorns. There's definitely some work to it. And so it's just trying to find a balance. And as the kids grow, the balance kind of changes and the dynamic changes, and so it's a really complex thing. Does that mean like nobody enjoys it? Like, if that's the case, maybe you shouldn't be in this group. I don't know. My present, craft beer, other people's kids. That one might be true. Not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know a ton of people with kids. Running and general exercise. You fuck. All I can think about during my workouts are the cheap meals I'm gonna eat. This is kind of unhealthy. This is Hold that down. We're back. This is something that if somebody came to me with this, I would say you need to change what you're doing. Because chances are you should be able to find something that like you enjoy, that you actually look forward to. Now, maybe for this one person, that's what it is. It's the gratification of later being able to eat cheap meals and not gain, a ton of weight because you work it off and stuff. But again, in general, I don't know if that's the best approach. You could probably try to find something that you do enjoy, some sort of, maybe not running, but some other form of exercise. Go fucking play softball, go find a gym partner, find, Swahili belly dancing, whatever the fuck it is, that like you actually enjoy doing. That, in my opinion, that's the best route for that. Because if not, eventually you're going to fall off this bandwagon. It's going to be really, really hard to get back on because you don't actually enjoy doing it. Cardio. Yeah, some people hate it. Children, Jesus. Their jobs. Nobody fucking pretends to enjoy their job. I've never heard anybody. Everybody bitches about their job incessantly. You're fucking, get the fuck out of here. LinkedIn, weddings. How do I feel about that one? Weddings. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that's true. there is. I just feel like I'm the only one who feels like this, by the way, but I just feel like weddings are always ruined by the alcohol. Every time there's alcohol, somebody gets fucked up, somebody ruins the whole thing. I can think of at least a handful of weddings off the top of my head, just in the past like 5 years. So like in general, I feel like I like the idea. I like the idea of coming together and celebrating these people, and just having a good time and sharing stories and having just the vibe. But in my experience, there's always somebody drinks a little too much. So I don't know. Maybe that was true, but at the same time, I'm sure the people getting married, I'm sure they enjoy it very deeply. It's a very, deep, profound, memorable event that's going to be like a fucking core memory for them, so I don't know. I'm split on that one. The Star Wars prequels, the most disappointing thing since my son. Alrighty, we're done for the day. And that's all, folks. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. That way you can talk shit on my next video too, alright? Have fun. Let's try to do this again sometime.